Masters Vessel Classical Academy, Primary Section. On the roll.
Hello, wonderful children of the Masters Vessel Classical Academy. My name is Mrs. Odinamadu, Felicia. I will take you in basic science for upper primary. Basic science. And this basic science is for upper primary. The topic for our lesson today is plants as living things. That's the topic. Plants as living things. At the end of this topic, plants as living things, you should be able to define living things. You should be able to state the reasons why plants are living things. You should be able to give examples of living things. Now let's start. What is a living thing? What is a living thing? All right. So a living thing is anything that has life. Now, I want you to know that everything on earth is classified under living things and non-living things. But for the purpose of our lesson today, we are going to focus on living things. And the topic is plants as living things. Now we have defined living thing as anything that has life. In other words, you can say that living things are those things that have life in them. If you want to master this definition, if you don't want to forget it, even if you are sleeping, you need to learn this song. Now let's go. Living things are those things that have life in them. Living things are those things that have life in them. You and me are living things. You and me are living things. Cat is a living thing. Dog is a living thing. Plant is a living thing. You and me are living things. Oh, living things are those things that have life in them. Living things are those things that have life in them. You and me are living things. I hope you have gotten the song. Now let's continue. So from this song, we have learned that living things are those things that have life in them. And another thing is this. These living things we are talking about are classified, are divided under plants and animals. That's the examples of living things are plants and their animals. For the purpose of our lesson today, we are going to focus on plants as living things. Now, I want you to ask me, Auntie Felicia, why is it? Tell me the reason why you say that plants are living things. After all, the plants that I know cannot talk. And you tell me that plants are living things. Now, I will tell you the reasons why plants are living things. A living thing is anything that has life. Let's go to examples. I hope I've mentioned the examples. Of living things. We learned that the two major examples are one, ants, two, animals. Yes, that was the reason when I was singing my song, I told you, I sang, dog is a living thing, plant is a plant is a living thing. I hope you remember the song. Okay. So the two major examples of living things are plants and their animals. And I told you that for the purpose of our lesson today, we are just going to focus on plants as living things. But have it at the back of your mind that living things are, the two examples of living things are plants and their animals. So let's concentrate in what we have today. Plants. That is our focus today, plants. So I want to tell you the reasons why plants are living things. Reasons why plants are living things. Okay. Reasons why plants are living things. Plants are living things because of the following characteristics. Now we are going to mention characteristics. Characteristics are those features in plants, those things you can see in plants. Now, one of the reasons why plants are living things is that plants can move. Somebody out there will ask me, Auntie Felicia, show me the legs now? But don't bother yourself, I will show it to you now. Now look at the plants we are talking about. And we said that one of the reasons why plants are living things is that plants can move. Now ask me how. Alright. Plants move their leaves and their bodies in response to any stimulus. Plants move their leaves and their bodies and other parts of their bodies in response to any stimulus. Alright. Plants move their body in response to touch. If I touch this plant, let's assume that I'm holding this plant and this plant is standing like this. If I want this plant to move, it can move in response to touch. I hope you see I'm touching it. Is the plant moving? Yes. The plant is moving. Another thing that can make the plant to move is wind. Plants move their bodies in response to wind. If the wind is blowing, the only thing you notice is that this plant will be bending. Sometimes, if you are looking at it, you will call your this tree behind our house will cause the strongest wind. Remember, wind is air in motion. It's moving air. We are done with the first reason. Now, the second one, number 2. Plants can grow. That is growth. How? Somebody will ask me how. Yes. Plants can grow. Plants increase in size and become large as they grow. Let me show you a very good example with this little drawing. Now look at the drawing. I hope you can see it very well. Look at the drawing. In this drawing, we find out that a seedling grows into plants. Look at the small seedling. When it is very young, look at it. See the seedling. When it is small, at a time, gradually, the plant will grow to the seedling will grow to a plant. So from this, we have found out that plants can grow. The only thing that will make plants not to grow is when the plant is not getting enough nutrient from the soil. But if the nutrient is there, if there is water, if the plant is getting all the necessary things from the soil, which means it will grow. Nothing will stop the plant from growing. Or unless the plant, maybe the plant, as the plant is small, somebody go and uproot it. Immediately you uproot the plant, the growth will stop there. Okay, so we have found out that plants can grow. Reason number 3. Another reason why plants are living things. Feeding. Feeding. Ask me how. And it doesn't mean that we will cook rice and we carry the rice and go and give to the plant. Tell me now how plants can feed. Yes, plants can feed. Plants can feed. Okay, let's put it in a sentence form. Let's put it in a sentence form so that it will be uniform. Plants can feed. Good. Plants feed from the nutrients and minerals in the soil. There are some nutrients in the soil. There are some minerals in the soil. Even water in the soil. Plants feed through their roots. Now let me show you the roots of a plant. Look at this plant. I will show you the roots of the plant. Now watch out. Now look at the roots. See the roots? I'm touching it. Can you see the roots? Because the plant is inside the soil, because it's in the soil. The roots will be getting nutrients from the soil and transfer it to other parts of the plant. And when you see the plant, the plant will be growing, the plant will be greenish, the plant will continue to produce fruit. You go and pluck the fruit and eat. Those things were possible because plants is taking its nutrients from the soil through the roots. You cannot carry rice and you use a spoon and feed plants. It's not possible. All right. Continue. So we have gotten this reason that plants can feed. Another reason why plant is a living thing is that plants can produce their young ones. Yes. Plants can produce their young ones. In secondary school, we call it reproduction. But at your level, we just tell you that plants produce their young ones. Now ask me how. Plants produce their young ones because there is a need for that. Without the young ones of plants, which means there will be no continuity in life. The reason for reproduction is for the new plant to replace the other plants at old age. If there is no reproduction, which means after that very plant, maybe, I know that, look at what I'm holding here. This is a seed from a plant. It's beans. This is beans. I know that people that harvested these beans, that particular one they planted that time, that one has gone. So because of that, a farmer needs to take this seed and plant it again and put it inside the soil. Even if there is no reproduction, which means even man will lack food. Because after producing this one, you have to plant it again so that reproduction will take place for us to get another food. Is that right? The same thing is applicable to this ginger that I'm holding. This is ginger. I hope you have seen it before. This is plant. It's ginger. Ginger. This ginger, if I want to get, and if I want this plant, ginger plant, to produce the young one, I will put it inside the soil and it will germinate. The same thing is applicable to this turmeric. If I want this turmeric to come up again, I have to put it inside the soil and it will reproduce the young one. Is that right? So plants can produce their young ones. Let's go to the next reason. Another reason why plants are living things, that plants can breathe. Plants can breathe. You will ask Auntie Felicia the nose that the plant will use and breathe. I will tell you. Okay? This plant you are seeing, it can breathe. So look at it. Plants can breathe. They take in air. Plants take in air through several holes in the leaves. There are holes in these leaves. So plants take in air through the holes. And this hole, the hole in the leaf, we call it stomata. We call it a stomata. All right. The next reason is that plants remove waste materials from their body. Plants remove waste materials from their body through their leaves. Remember, I told you that there are holes in the leaves of plants. So plants remove water. They remove water from their body through their leaves. That's the reason why plants remove waste material. And the removal of waste materials from either a plant or an animal is excretion. At your age, I don't want to go there. Just learn, know that plants remove waste materials from their body. And what they remove is just water. And they do that through the leaves. Alright. Now, another thing is that plants respond to changes in their environment. Plants, that's number 7. Plants respond to changes in their environment. They respond to changes in their environment. You ask me how? Yes, plants respond to changes in their environment. Do you know the reason? We tell you that the way you are seeing plants, we tell you that there is either rainy season or Harmattan season. During Harmattan season, we found out that in some plants, especially they had wood, their leaves will start shedding. But during the rainy season, the leaves, everything will blossom. Then the last but not the least is that plants can die. Plants can die. It can die. If you uproot a plant, it will just die. Alright. Now, so far, we have learned that everything on earth are classified under living and non-living things. And we have discovered that living things are those things that have life in them. We also discovered the 2 examples of living things, which are plants and their animals. And we found out the reasons why plants are living things. Look at the reasons on the board. Plants can move, it can grow, feed, produce their young ones, breed, die, and so on. And so on. So, now that you have learned this, you have an assignment to do for me. Take your assignment now. Assignment. One. What are living things? 2. Give 2 examples of living things. 3. State 5 reasons why plants are living things. State 5 reasons why plants are living things. 4. Write true or false for the following. For the following sentences. A. Plants can move. If plants can move, write for me true here. If plants cannot move, you write for me false. B. Plants can produce young ones. C. Plants respond to changes in their environment. So far, thank you for listening. Remember, I'm expecting my homework. Make sure you do homework and submit it. Always remember to read your book. Stay at home. Stay safe. My name remains Odinamadu, Felicia. Bye for now. And I want you to know that in our next lesson, we are going to talk about animals as living things. Thank you very much.